What's going on, everybody? This is S Trades, and in today's video we're going to be going over a trade recap for May 6th, and I just want to go over how I lost $280 today on a pretty decent trade, I would say. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first of all, coming into pre-market, right, we were sort of bearish, right? We were kind of inversing all the bullish PD arrays and stuff like that, so I kind of wanted to see some sort of a continuation until this low, right, if we didn't take it out. But NQ ended up kind of taking this low already, so I ended up kind of switching my buys, because then we saw a lot of bullish P arrays after that getting held. So right after we made an SMT with this low, this trade, I really think that every ICT trader that there is probably took this long besides me and some of the people that I trade with. Now, I strictly trade inversions, right? I don't trade anything else. I don't trade like break of structure or anything like that. So I always have to wait until I get an inversion for my entry model, right? And very unfortunate today, once we ended up kind of taking that previous 2 days ago's low. Right after we took that, right, we had a 5-minute above as our drawn liquidity, easy target, right, and then potentially the highs on the 30-minute and then the 15-minute above over here. That was easy money. Like, that's literally A plus setup that I was very looking forward to take. But unfortunately, right, after we swept this low, right, we had a liquidity sweep. We also made an SMT over here, and I was looking at this 1 minute because that was the highest time frame in this leg. So I was like, but once this 1 minute gets inversed, I'll take that trade without even a hesitation, right? But unfortunately, the 1 minute ended up kind of taking out an internal where I would go break even, and it hit the 5 minute again, where we created the 5 minute over here and over here, right? So I didn't want to take that trade after that, because I knew that. And also, this very next candle ended up tapping the next 5 minute also. So there was really, like, not that there wasn't an entry, because I know a lot of people kind of, after we did the CISD right here, people just enter on that retrace on the 1 minute. But in my opinion, people could have kind of went both ways, because now we tapped this premium 5 minute. Price could have easily just came down and continued out of the bearish trend. But obviously, since now that we're switching, right, switching biases, this trade ended up playing out pretty damn good. Like, we went all the way to the highs. We took London highs, and then we took Asia highs also. And yeah, it was really, really good trade. Unfortunately, I missed out on this one, but it's fine, because I followed my rules, right? There was no reason for me to enter up above over here, because not only did the internal get taken out already, but also the premium 5 minute, which was my first TP, already got hit. So there was really nothing that I could have done here. And I just kind of had to sit that one out, because I'll be breaking my rules if I was to go in and enter that trade. But then, since we were kind of super extended, right, we kept on making higher highs, right? We just, kept on pumping higher. And we made this 30-minute over here as our potential drawn liquidity, right? So we had a premium discounted, we had our premium 30-minute over here. And once we ended up kind of tapping that level, I was looking forward to take a mechanical short, right, according to my strategy, because I wasn't going to go on long something all the way up here, right? I would be only willing to take a long once you kind of come down a little bit, take some sort of a fair value gap, for example, like this 30-minute, right? And unfortunately, I took an L on this trade, right? So what ended up happening is we came to this 30-minute fair value gap, right? It looked honestly super, super clean right now. This obviously, like, if you're looking at it like this, it doesn't. But if you go back in time, right, once we tapped that 30-minute, we made a SMT with this internal with ES. So NQ ends up taking out that high, and immediately we start to see price coming down lower, and boom, we had this 2-minute inversion. We had this little 1 minute CISD, right? This looked honestly super, super clean, right? I was like, all right, I'm slapping a short, targeting this internal and this 30-minute, right? So my final TPY will be this 30-minute, and I'll take partially this internal or this internal, right? So unfortunately, the trade ended up stopping us out, right? But then the very next few candles, which is even more unfortunate, I was liquidity today, I guess, because we kind of just ended up going right to my TP right after I got swept out. And I didn't really realize this, because I kind of just hopped off the charge. I didn't want to get FOMO'd in or anything. and it was already getting kind of too late, so I didn't want to re-enter on this 2 minute and price have us kind of chop because we're kind of coming to PM session, lunch session, I mean. So that's the reason why I didn't re-enter on this trade. But other than that, I kind of really like this trade. Everything else was kind of aligning. Other than that, it was a little bit late, like it was 11:30, so it wasn't like the best timing for me. But other than that, like I pretty much like this trade, and yeah, nothing to be mad about. Just part of the game. You know, you lose, you win some. Yeah. Without further ado, that's kind of it for this video. Just kind of want to do a quick trade recap for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.